What if Tunisia and Libya actually proposed the merger of the Arab Islamic Republic successfully instead of rejecting it? If Tunisia and Libya had successfully merged into the Arab Islamic Republic following the Djerba Declaration in January 1974, the union would have created a single state, combining Tunisia's more developed, Mediterranean-oriented economy and society with Libya's vast oil wealth and revolutionary fervor under Muammar Gaddafi. The new entity would likely have been dominated by Gaddafi's vision, as he was the more dynamic and insistent partner, while Habib Bourguiba, already in his 70s and representing a cautious, secular-leaning Tunisian establishment, would have found his influence waning rapidly. The merger would have immediately produced a country with roughly 7 to 8 million people in the mid-1970s, stretching along the entire central North African coast, from the Algerian border to Egypt's western frontier. Libya's oil revenues, which were surging after the 1973 price shocks, would have funded ambitious infrastructure projects across the combined territory. Highways linking Tunis and Tripoli more tightly, expanded ports, irrigation schemes in the Tunisian interior, and heavy investment in education and health modeled on Gaddafi's Jamahiriya ideals. Tunisian workers already migrating to Libyan oil fields would have benefited from formalized integration, potentially reducing the economic tensions that later poisoned relations. The regime would have pursued an aggressive pan-Arab and pan-African foreign policy. With combined resources, the Arab Islamic Republic could have projected more power in the region, perhaps arming Polisario more effectively against Morocco in Western Sahara, pressuring Algeria into cooperation or confrontation, and challenging Egypt's dominance in Arab affairs. Gaddafi's dream of further expansion might have materialized partially, drawing in sympathetic factions from Algeria or Mauritania, though full Maghreb unification would remain elusive due to deep rivalries with Algeria and Morocco. The 1970s oil boom would have masked some internal strains, allowing lavish spending that bought short-term loyalty, but mismanagement and corruption, hallmarks of Gaddafi's rule, would have wasted much of the wealth on grandiose projects and foreign adventures. By the 1980s, economic realities would have tested the union severely. Falling oil prices after 1986 would have hit hard, exposing the fragility of relying on hydrocarbon exports without diversifying Tunisia's agricultural and light industrial base. Internal divisions would have deepened. Tunisian regions might have quietly resisted Tripoli-centric governance, fostering regionalist sentiments or even low-level insurgencies. Gaddafi's erratic behavior, funding global militant groups, clashing with the US and Europe, would have invited sanctions and isolation earlier and more intensely than in our timeline, dragging the entire state down. The 1986 US bombing of Libya might have targeted Tunis as well if the merger held, devastating infrastructure and turning public opinion against the regime. Long-term survival past the 1990s would have been doubtful without major reforms. The stark ideological and cultural mismatch would likely have led to either a gradual Tunisian-led liberalization, if Bourguiba's successors maneuvered cleverly, or, more probably, Gaddafi-style authoritarianism with periodic crackdowns. The 2011 Arab Spring wave would have hit this larger, oil-rich state explosively. Protests starting in Tunis could have spread rapidly to Benghazi and Tripoli, but with unified military forces potentially more capable of repression or more prone to fracturing along old national lines. A successful revolution might have splintered the country back into separate Tunisian and Libyan entities or produced a messy confederation. In the best case, a stable merger could have created a stronger, wealthier North African player with greater leverage in the Mediterranean and African Union. But the overwhelming likelihood points to chronic instability, authoritarian excess, and eventual fragmentation driven by the incompatible visions of its two founding leaders,